Hey guys, welcome back to my Weapons Refrain Ultimate Guide series. Let's pick up where we left off, and then here we will cover the Ifrit phase. Now, in Uwu, when you kill awakened primals, they drop a white puddle where they die. Picking up that puddle gives the player a Beyond Limits buff. The Beyond Limits buff lets the player use Limit Break 3 without spending DLB bars. In Uwu, you will kill 3 primals, and to get to Ultima, you will need 1 caster, 1 healer, and 1 melee DPS with the Beyond Limits buff. So just assign 3 players from those roles to pick up those 3 Beyond Limit buffs. Now let's move to covering Ifrit. I'll be breaking down all the mechanics and explain how to execute them best. Once Garuda is dead, moments later Ifrit spawns on a random cardinal. At this time, most of the arena will be unsafe. To get to the safe spot, first stack middle, then find Ifrit. Look 90 degrees from Ifrit's spawn location. One of the cardinals, 90 degrees from Ifrit, will be safe. Here, Ifrit spawns at B, so A or C cardinals will be safe. Now sprint, soon Ifrit will cover the unsafe cardinal with fire puddles. Locate the safe cardinal and then run to the safe cardinal. Opposite of Ifrit is never safe. Now let's get into the fight. First mechanic is a raid wide, so reprisal or mitigate. Have your off tank take aggro of Ifrit. After the raid wide AoE, the next mechanic will be a knockback, but this knockback is nullified by healer shields. So have your healer place a shield or just simply anti-knockback. Right after the knockback, there will be a 3-hit tank buster, which is called Triple Flare Breath. Just have your off tank use immunity here and take all 3 hits. After the 3 flare breaths, tank swap so the main tank can take aggro back. And now we move to the nails phase. 4 nails will spawn. 2 of them will be close to each other. We call them the close nails. And 2 of them will be far from each other. We call them the far nails. After the nails spawn, we will treat the direction between the close nails as north. Now, to awaken Ifrit, you have to make these nails stronger by hitting them with eruptions, and then you have to kill them all one by one. The nails spawn in their weak and small state. Now a lot of things will happen, and I'll try to explain one thing at a time. First, pull Ifrit between the closed nails. This direction will be on north from now on. Next, Ifrit will target a random healer with Searing Wind debuff. Watch as Ifrit applies the debuff. The Searing Wind debuff lasts for several seconds and it does a knockback around the affected healer every 3 seconds. So we have the affected healer positioned south between the far nails near the edge. While all this is happening, assign each nail to a DPS because we need to get these nails below 35% so that we can kill them quickly later. We assign 1 nail to each DPS so that multiple people don't hit the same nail and kill it early. Next up, Ifrit will cast eruptions. These eruptions are baited on the 2 furthest players away from Ifrit. We have our ranged and caster DPS bait these eruptions. As we previously mentioned, we have to make these nails stronger. And to make them stronger, each nail needs to be hit with 2 eruptions. Doing that is very easy. Our ranged and caster DPS take 1 side each for eruption bait. One starts from southwest and the other starts from southeast, relative to our new north. And then they simply move forward slowly from the far nails to the close nails, while hitting those nails with 2 eruptions each. During this time, the off tank will be tethered to a random DPS. The tethered players need to stay close to each other or else the tether will decrease their DPS. Now once the nails are made stronger, it's time for us to kill them. Before we do that, we have to understand the role of these nails. Later in this fight, 4 Ifrits will spawn on the edges of the arena. They'll spawn on the edges relative to where these nails have spawned. And then they'll dash through the arena in the same order as we kill the nails. Because we have to dodge those dashes later, we won't kill these nails randomly. Also, we have to memorize the position of the last nail that we kill. To make dodging easier later, we'll kill the nails in reverse Z or Z order. Look at the toolbox. The nail kill order has been marked, and it resembles a reverse Z. Later when Ifrits dash, they will also dash in the same order because we're killing the nails in this order. So when we kill the nails in this order, because we're killing the nail at D last, the Ifrit at waymark D will dash last. Now that we understand why we're killing the nails in reverse Z order, it's time to kill these nails after making them stronger. Kill nails together quickly, one after the other. Killing nails does raid-wide damage, so healing and shields are required. And once you kill the nails, Ifrit will be awakened, and he will light up in blue flames, which is the indicator that he is awakened. After his awakening, Ifrit will jump away, and when he returns, he will do a raid-wide. After the raid-wide, we are taking Ifrit at the true southwest corner for later mechanics. After the raid-wide, Ifrit will also apply Searing Wind debuff on a random healer, and that affected healer will position near true northeast, away from everyone. Eruptions will happen again, so both baiters position north near the edge to bait these eruptions. The healer with the Searing Wind debuff will wait at the east side until the baiters start baiting the eruptions, and once they start baiting, the healer will move to the northeast corner, away from everyone. Now once Ifrit casts eruptions, baiters will bait the 4 sets of eruptions while moving to the party, until they get together with the party. Healer with Searing Wind debuff positions northeast, and as soon as eruptions finish, Ifrits will spawn on random cardinals and dash through. So all the cardinals will be unsafe. And then after cardinal dashes, Ifrit applies Searing Wind on the other healer, and then the other affected healer goes northwest away from the party. The next mechanic is a group stack. One random player gets a stack marker that looks like a triangle. Everyone should just stack together to soak the damage. The other healer comes back to the group after the stack goes off. We killed the boss here, so let's move to another POV. Now in this POV, the last nail that we killed was at B on the east side. So the Ifrit at B will dash last after they spawn. Soon after the stack happens, the boss will become untargetable, and 4 Ifrits will spawn on the edges relative to the nails positions. To dodge, we always want to start from either where the 4th Ifrit is, or from the opposite side of the 4th Ifrit. Let's explain why. Our Ifrits are here. One of them will be the real Ifrit with blue flames. We will dodge the Ifrit dashes by moving clockwise, and depending on where the real Ifrit is, we'll either dodge 45 degrees or 90 degrees from our starting position. I will address 45 degree dodge as 1 step and 90 degree dodge as 2 steps. In this toolbox, the last nail that we killed was at D, which means the Ifrit at D will dash last. As I mentioned, there are 2 starting positions for these dashes. One is where the 4th Ifrit is, and the other one is the opposite side of the 4th Ifrit. Now since our 4th nail was at D, our starting positions will be D and B. Groups need to have a priority system for where the party will go, because the healer with Searing Wind will take the other starting position to dodge dashes. Now according to our priorities, party goes to D, and healer with debuff goes to B. Let's talk about how to decide if we are moving 45 degrees or 90 degrees. When the real Ifrit dashes, he does an afterburner, which cleaves everywhere except 90 degrees and 270 degrees from the starting position of real Ifrit. So those are the safe spots. An easy method is, when you stand under the 4th Ifrit, if the side with 2 Ifrits has the real Ifrit, just move 1 step or 45 degrees clockwise to be safe. And if the Ifrit that's alone, or the 4th Ifrit behind the party or healer is the real Ifrit, then move 90 degrees or 2 steps clockwise to be safe. Here in the clip, the last nail was at B, so the healer goes to B, and party positions opposite of B, which is D. And now we move 1 step clockwise here, because the side with 2 Ifrits has the real Ifrit with blue flames, and healer will be dodging from B. After this, don't go to the middle just yet because the healer still has one more pulse of Searing Wind knockback left. Main tank will take aggro of the boss, and Ifrit will now do triple flare breath, so just immune. After triple flare breath, the healer can come back to the group. Ifrit will next do eruptions, so just bait these eruptions and avoid hitting the party, and then it's enrage, so make sure you kill Ifrit by this time. I will be remaking my Titan phase guide in an improved manner, and I'm also working on Ultima phase, so if you're progging UU or want to do other Ultimate, do subscribe for future content as it does help me out. Peace.